Okay, cool. So thank you for joining me today. I've been mentioning this particular video all week. Anybody who's been in any of my drawing sessions at schools before will have done this particular lesson. It's something I teach quite a lot because it's quite an important thing to learn when you're drawing characters. And I'm going to show you how to draw cartoon expressions. And this is something that whatever type of character you're drawing, this is quite an important thing to learn. So you can draw the best looking character in the world, but if you can't get their expression right, then you don't know what sort of character it is. You don't know whether they're happy or sad or tired. You don't know if they're a good guy or a bad guy. Getting the expression right is quite an important thing. Now in real life, on your face, there are a lot of things that tell people how you're feeling. So when you're happy, you don't just smile. I mean, that's part of it. Your mouth does turn up at the sides, but your pupils dilate a little bit, your forehead wrinkles up a little bit, your cheeks go a little bit more flush. There's hundreds of tiny little bits and pieces that tell people that you're happy or that you're sad or that you're scared. It's why you can tell, especially with people that you know, whether they are sort of really happy or just a little bit happy or pretending to be happy, because you pick up on these tiny little things. Now, as a cartoonist, we do two things. We simplify things and we exaggerate things. So by simplifying things, we take all of the detail out and we make them nice and simple. Exaggerating things, we make things bigger and brighter and bolder and a little bit easier to understand. But what this means is we have less parts of the face to play with to show these expressions. But that's okay, because there are actually only 6 different eyes and 6 different mouths. And by putting those together in different ways and by playing about with them a little bit, you can show pretty much any expression. So it's all about the eyes and the mouths. So you don't get sad noses and you don't get scared ears. Okay, your expression is shown in a cartoon through your eyes and your mouth, which is why they're so important to draw. Now I'm going to start off by showing you the 6 different eyes. So your first set of eyes is happy or surprised eyes. And that is basically just 2 wide open eyes. Let's put our pupils on there. And that's it. Happy or surprised eyes. It doesn't matter if one of your eyes is bigger than the other, if they're both the same size, it makes no difference. As long as they're big, wide open eyes, that's absolutely fine. The next set of eyes, we're going to do sad eyes. Now, sad eyes, it's all about the first shape. So we're going to draw the roof of a house. Roof of a house. And then when we put the eyes underneath, put our pupils on, you've got your sad eyes. And that basic shape, the roof of a house, is all you need to get right to begin with. And you'll notice on these with the pupils, I'm leaving a little white dot on them. Again, that just brings your characters to life a little bit more. Your eyes work because they're wet. You wouldn't be able to blink, you wouldn't be able to look around if your eyes were dry. So leaving that little white dot on there is where your eyes catch the light. Gives them a bit of a sparkle, just brings them to life a bit more. Okay, so we've got happy, surprised eyes, we have sad eyes. The next set of eyes we're going to do is the opposite to these sad eyes. We're going to do angry eyes. So angry eyes, we start off with a V shape. From that V shape, put your eyes underneath, stick your pupils on, and you've got your angry eyes. Okay, really, really simple. As long as you have that first shape right, the rest is really easy. Next set of eyes we're going to do are sneaky eyes. So sneaky eyes, we start off with a straight line. Put your eyes underneath. Put your pupils off to the side. Because this guy's sneaky, making sure nobody knows what he's up to. Sort of checking behind him, there you go. And you got your sneaky eyes. Next set of eyes you might need are blinking eyes. Now blinking eyes, we want to be doing bird's feet. So it's basically like 2 little arrows pointing at each other. So blinking eyes, there we go. And you can see they work perfectly well for blinking eyes. They also work as, let's have a look. Really big bird's feet. There we go. Okay. Next set of eyes is where you put two different eyes together. You can do some quite cool stuff with this. So we're going to take one half of the angry eyes, and we're going to take one half of the happy, surprised eyes. And then your eyes are trying to work out a problem. They're thinking about something. So it might be a difficult maths problem at school. They might be lost. But just from the eyes, you can tell they're trying to work something out. So you don't even know what type of character this is yet. But it's all coming through the eyes. And that's it. They're your 6 different types of eyes. Now we're going to go back to them in just a minute and sort of play about with them a little bit more. But these 6 eyes are all you need to begin with. And there are also 6 mouths. So your 6 mouths, we're going to start off with a happy mouth. Just curve upwards, a little line underneath. So when you're drawing these, if you look at the person you're sat with, if you look at your parents or your brothers or your sisters, and have a look at their bottom lip, you tend to get a little shadow underneath your lip because your lip sticks out from your face. So by adding this little line underneath the mouth, it just brings it to life a little bit more, makes it a little bit more 3D. So your happy mouth curves upwards, sad mouth curves downwards, remember that little line underneath. Now your really happy mouth, you start off with curving upwards. I'll make it nice and wide. Remember your little line underneath. Now at this point, this is where lots of people mess up their drawings. So very quickly, I'm going to draw a little teddy bear over here. I'm going to do a cute little teddy bear. You got your cute little teddy bear. And we're going to do a big cheesy grin. Now, the problem is when you come to putting your teeth into the mouth. So you've got this cute little character. You want to put your teeth in, and then you end up with something like this. And you get this horrifying, scary looking character. And that's because you're trying to squeeze quite a lot of detail into a really small space, and it ends up looking quite frightening. So to do our big cheesy grin, there's a little cheat. So at each side of the mouth, just do a little triangle, colour those in, and then join them together. And there's your big cheesy grin. And because you're used to seeing mouths and you're used to seeing teeth in mouths, you can sort of hint at it, and your eye just sort of fills in the rest of the detail for you. So you know when you see this, these are teeth, even though you're not seeing every single individual tooth. Because if you draw those individual teeth in, you end up with your scary teddy bear. Okay, so we've got a happy mouth, we've got a sad mouth, we've got a big cheesy grin. Let's go for a confused mouth. Confused mouth, best way to remember this is your character doesn't know if they are happy or sad. That's why they're confused. So one side happy, one side sad. A line underneath. There you go. You've got your shouting mouth. That is an egg shape with an M in the bottom for the tongue, a line underneath. If you want your character to shout louder, make the mouth bigger. You want them to shout a bit quieter, make it smaller. It's still pretty much the same mouth. Next one we need is an angry mouth, a snarling mouth. So the best way to remember how to do this is to think of a peanut shell. So a peanut shell is kind of like that. Okay, so there's big wide apart bits and then the bit in the middle that's closer together. Remember the line underneath, and when we stick our teeth on this time, this looks pretty good. And you've got your angry snarling mouth. Okay, you can colour those bits in if you want. Now, when you're drawing your angry mouth, if you mess it up a little bit, if you go wrong and someone knocks you and it's kind of all over the place, it doesn't really matter. You see, as long as you stick your teeth in. The key is to get some bits of your mouth close together and some bits wide apart, and then it looks like an angry snarling mouth. So you can do it just over on one side. You've got the close together bit, you've got the wide apart bit, and You've got a snarl going off to the side. Okay, as long as you remember those 2 bits, that's kind of it. And that's sort of it. Your 6 different eyes and your 6 different mouths. And by playing about with these a little bit, you can do pretty much any expression you need to. So if I just grab another piece of paper here, let's have a look. So the cool bit comes with this, is when you start experimenting a little bit. So let's just draw a few sets of eyes up here. So we're going to do the happy or surprised eyes. There we go. Now, the happy mouth that we did before, there we go, line underneath, works absolutely fine. But maybe I don't want my character to be quite as happy as this. I want them to be happy, but not this happy. So all I do is I do less of a curve. It's still the same basic shape, but it's not quite as curved. If I want them to be more happy, but not happy enough to have the big cheesy grin, I do more of a curve. Same basic shape, you're just slightly changing it around. The other cool thing you can do with this is once you've got things like the angry eyes, so you've got that V shape. You can move them apart a little bit. So there's half the V shape, there's half the V shape. Okay, they don't have to be joined up. This is just to kind of get you started. So we're going to do 3 sets of angry eyes there. In fact, let's do 4 sets of angry eyes. That one down there as well. Okay, now putting the eyes and the mouth together in different combinations is how you get all of these different expressions. So this first one, the obvious one to do would be the angry mouth with the angry eyes, and you get this really angry looking face. And that's fine, that works really well. But you don't have to put an angry mouth with angry eyes. So for this one, I'm going to put a smiling mouth with angry eyes, and all of a sudden that face looks really sinister. We're up to no good, they might be coming up with some sort of evil plan. This one, we're going to do a sad mouth with angry eyes, and he looks really annoyed about something, he's really upset. But he's not as upset as the guy who is shouting about it. So you've got completely different expressions just by putting these 6 different eyes and 6 different mouths together. And this works with whatever type of character you're drawing. So if very quickly I draw, there we go, let's do another set of eyes down here. Okay, you can turn these characters into got a little owl sort of character. These could be people. You can do a nose on there. Okay. You might want to turn them more into sort of cartoon characters. It doesn't really matter. You can kind of use the same sort of idea for any sort of characters you draw. And most of the cartoons and comics and things that you look at will use something similar to this. So once you know these 6 different eyes and these 6 different mouths, it's just a case of practicing, experimenting, putting them together in different ways, exaggerating some of them a bit more, making some of them a little bit smaller. So the same kind of ideas. I want the sad mouth, but just a little sad mouth. And you start to come up with all these really cool different expressions. And then from those expressions, you can develop all your different characters. So that's it. So thank you very much for joining me. Have fun, experiment with the different expressions, see what you can come up with. A lot of people have been sending me pictures through that they've been drawing. This has been really nice. You want to send me anything through, you want to make any sort of suggestions for future tutorial videos, just drop us a message. And I will see you again next time.